Greetings all. Today is May 4th, 2024. My name is Patricia Hopkins, and today I am going to share an entry from my journal. I've been writing personal journals from my past and also my children's past to lead to them. But I want to share this entry in particular with the general public, and it's about a story of an encounter I had with the police when I was in my 30s. And this is the beginning. This entry will be a bit more difficult to write because it happened so long ago in September of 1997. However, I will never forget that night. I was on my way home to St. Louis, Missouri after a 3-week journey that took me from Santa Barbara, California to Nevada, Albuquerque, Denver, Colorado Springs, Colorado, St. George, Utah, and then St. Louis. I was driving a 1990 blue Honda Accord. It was very late that night, and I was so tired, possibly 11 o'clock p.m. or later. I didn't want to stop because I was so close to home. At that time, my mom and dad lived in Berkeley, Missouri. I saw the St. Louis County sign. I was on Highway 44 heading east. In the middle lane, I was flowing with the very light traffic at that time of night. I was startled to see flashing lights behind me. Since I wasn't speeding or driving erratically, I knew he wasn't after me. So I signaled to the right lane. That policeman continued to trail behind me. When I saw that he had also changed lanes behind me, I realized he was pulling me over. Surprised, I pulled over and rolled down the window. Because it was warm outside, I didn't mind. He asked for my license and registration. Mind you, this was 1997, the days before cell phones. I watched him walk around my car, check out my California license plates, and then he returned to his vehicle, which was parked in front of mine. He returned to my car and asked me to step out. I was frightened because it was pitch dark on the side of the road, and when those trucks sped by, I felt like I was going to be blown away by the breeze. He asked me where I was coming from and where I was going. He asked if he could look inside my trunk. I told him straight out, no. I asked him why did he stop me. He once again asked if he could search my vehicle. I again told him no. He then told me to follow him to his cruiser. He placed me inside the passenger seat. Next to me, in the middle, was his weapon, a shotgun or rifle. I glanced at it, but didn't say anything as I sat there listening to those calls come in. I was so scared, I started to cry. I knew the danger I was in. A black woman in her early 30s, alone at night on the side of the road. No one knew where I was. My family only knew I was on my way home and I'd returned that night. I asked the cop, probably Missouri State Patrol, why he stopped me. He asked me if I had children. I told him yes. I have 2 sons who are with their father in Italy. Then he started talking about drugs being brought into the state. Note, my plates were California. He asked me if I had any drugs on me. I told him no. He then said he'd get a search warrant to search my car, but that could take a while. I didn't care. I had nothing to hide. I'd also done nothing wrong. Then I started to get angry. My tears gave me strength to challenge this small-minded racist cop. I bravely told him, "You cannot search my car. I haven't done anything wrong. If he wanted to get a search warrant, then I'd wait. By the way, I did not have drugs, alcohol, or any other substances in my car. It was the principal." After another indefinite amount of time, he returned my license and registration to me. He finally told me I was free to go. Oh yeah, the reason he used to justify his stop was I was driving too close to a semi-truck in the right lane. Well, after I calmed my nerves, I drove the remaining 30 or so miles to my parents. I remembered they were waiting up for me, probably worried because I was hours late. Well, when I told my dad what happened, he was furious. However, at the end of the day or night, I, unlike so many of my sisters and brothers, Sandra Bland, Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin, and so many others, I made it home safely that night. And that is the end of that journal entry. I want to share that. I don't know who needed to hear that story, but I want to let people know that what happened back then, it happens now. So you all stay safe out there. Peace.